What's up, guys? X-Reachy here, bringing you another Mafia Definitive Edition video today. And today's video is the anticipated review of the game on the Xbox One. And I'm so excited to kind of dig in a little bit today and actually talk about the game. But before I start, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support you've been giving me on my YouTube channel for this series and also the live streams on Twitch. I really greatly appreciate it. I'm so happy I actually picked up this game. And I'm hoping to do more in the coming future. And maybe if there's interest, maybe I'll do the next Mafia 2 game. But let's see what you guys think. Maybe if I get bump up some likes on this video and maybe some comments, maybe I'll make that purchase. But I just want to first start and say I've so far played the Mafia Definitive Edition for about 30 plus hours. I've beat it on the normal difficulty, and now I'm playing on the classic version, and I should be done later this month. But let's get right into the review. And a reminder, I just want to say, excuse me, you know, there are going to be some spoilers. I'm going to talk about certain aspects of the game and certain moments in the game as well, and kind of give away some things. So, spoiler alert, that's always important. And yeah, first things first, as I said in the previous videos, I have not played any of the other Mafia games. I did watch some brief gameplay of the remastered of Mafia 2, and also did read a bit of Mafia 3 online. But I've overwhelmingly didn't know much coming into this game. So I was really excited to pick up Mafia Definitive Edition, and as someone who's new to the series, just kind of was just interested. And for those who don't know, Mafia Definitive Edition is a remastered of the 2002 original Mafia game, and it should be noted that Mafia is fairly different compared to a Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto game. There is no free roam like there is in GTA. In Mafia, and especially the Mafia Definitive Edition, you can do some free roam, but there's like a separate mode in the game for you to do the free mode, where you can kind of go find collectibles, achievements, drive cars, etc., etc. But the main game is split up into 20 main missions, and it's set in the fictional city of Lost Haven, based off Chicago in the 1930s, and follows the rise and fall of Tommy Angelo, who's a cab driver who joins the Salvieri crime family and learns the realities of what it's like to be in the Mafia, the highs, the lows. And from the get-go, this is a really well-done game by Hangar 13, with anywhere from the cutscenes, as you can see in the video right here, the acting of all the characters. You actually really feel like you're part of the family. You literally feel like you're Tommy, and you experience the good things and the bad things of what it's like to be in organized crime during the 1930s of the Prohibition era. And what makes this game so great is the presentation, and it also enforces this story. And I felt whether if you're in Little Italy at the restaurant, or walking through Chinatown markets, or driving the outskirts, or being on a steamboat sneaking around, or driving an old race car, which everyone's gonna love that mission. You really do feel like you are in the 1930s, and that it's kind of a nice, happy escape. In a time of what's been going on around the world. It's just nice to kind of like dig into this world and follow Tommy and Paulie and Sam and the Don. And it's just nice to get away. So I think that the Hangar did a great job in doing that. And you're able to kind of drive the old 1930 style vehicles. And like there's one mission where you're in a chase with somebody in the rain, and you're just kind of like driving in the streets, and you just see the puddles and how realistic the game looks. And even just this is just early on, just looking at the video right now, just driving and just see the beautiful skyline. And I think they did the presentation of this game well, and it was just like so enjoyable to be in the 1930s style. And I found the gameplay for the most part was smooth. And like as I mentioned earlier in this video, like the Mafia series plays much different than what a GTA style system would do, or GTA like Grand Theft Auto 5 or Grand Theft Auto 4 would do. Like for example, like in melee's fighting, when you're fighting enemies in melee, there are like time actions that let you counter your enemies, and I don't even think that you can do that in GTA. And even one thing I noticed really interesting about this game is you can get pulled over by the police if you're going over the speed limit or you run a red light or even driving on the wrong side of the road. Um, you, the police can come after you, and I thought that was really interesting. And when the only maybe downside I wouldn't say, well, there's a couple of things I have to say about this, but when it comes to the free mode aspects of the game, there isn't a lot of buildings where you actually can go in and explore. And that is a little bit of a downside because most of the buildings that you interact with, like going into, are just the mission based buildings, and they will have like door entrances that are labeled that you can go into. But also another thing, what I've noticed that in the original Mafia game had that this one doesn't happen. This has sorry that this has that the original Mafia game doesn't have is a weapons wheel. And what I mean by a weapons wheel is you can only hold like two weapons, two like two guns basically. So you can hold a pistol of some sort or a two-handed weapon. Could either be a Tommy, M1 Grand, so like a combat rifle. Let's see what else. It was a shotgun and a sniper. So you can only really hold one of those guns at a time. And every mission, you kind of need to go talk to Vincenzo and get new weapons as well. So not every mission you get the same weapons. So you have to go make sure go check Vincenzo and kind of have to switch it up. So and also ammo is very limited in this game. I found so you can't carry unlimited ammo. So you have to make sure your shots count, and especially when you play on the harder difficulty, um, that will come like exactly into play in a sense that like yeah you're gonna die a lot and especially some of these shootouts it's gonna get frustrating. um, but one of the things that I kind of wish that I saw in the remastered version of Mafia is obviously you have the 20 main missions and some like Easter egg missions, but it'd be kind of great to see if maybe if they would have added in some side missions that maybe they could have created a storyline for a side character that you haven't really seen in the original Mafia. Maybe they could have added a little bit more extra into this, but like overall, I still love the game. I just kind of wish there maybe was a little bit more. But for someone who is new to this series, I loved it, and I can understand if people who've played the original Mafia in the early 2000s would have said, "Oh, okay, I kind of wish there was a little bit more onto this." But yeah, I think my final verdict of the Mafia Definitive Edition is. Oh, before I actually get into the final work, I kind of want to talk about Tommy and the character of Tommy. I loved him. I think they did a great job with Tommy in this series, and obviously reading up after I beat the game, and you kind of do really feel for him, like because you kind of know as the time progresses for the character for Tommy, the Mafia wasn't really a good fit for him. There are moments in the game where he doesn't do what the Mafia tells him to do, and it comes and backfires him. And if you go against the mob or the family, then your life is at risk. So and I think this game did a brilliantly well done job. And actually, if you just watch the live stream of my last Let's Play, I didn't even realize that I beat the game. I did get an achievement notification saying you beat the game, and I said, "Wait, what?" And then I see Tommy dies. But everything. That's the great thing about doing live streams because anything can happen. Um, yeah, and just like the interactions he has with the Dawn and Paulie and Sammy. I personally love Paulie. I thought Paulie was a greatly appreciated character. Really loved the Tommy, like those three Musketeers. They were great. But again, I think for my final verdict of this remaster version of the Mafia Definitive Edition is like I loved it, and I think those who are interested or have never played a Mafia game, I would definitely recommend it if you want something different than what a GTA original game, GTA game by Rockstars is. Then Mafia is a good starting point, and from the story, the graphics, the gameplay, I think you'll be blown away, and it would be nice to kind of get away to the 1930s and just enjoy this masterpiece of a game, I believe. And I definitely would, again, like recommend this 100%. But you have to make it clear that this is not like a GTA game. There are some differences in this. So Love to hear your comments of what you guys think of the game. What do you think about my comments about this video? And make sure to subscribe, like my YouTube page, my Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever the next video is. And yeah, again, I just want to thank everybody for the support, and stay safe out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.